What's going on, guys? This is Casey. I am the executive producer of New York's #2 sports podcast, and we're going to change things up a little bit for this episode. Derek is going to sit this one out, and I'm going to recap the Knicks season thus far. I call this a mid-season recap. I realize that it's not technically halfway through the season yet, but it just seemed kind of wrong to say early season recap because I feel like, a lot has happened. So let's just get right into it. So, if you are a longtime New York Knicks basketball fan, you know that it's been a very rough road as of late for us. We haven't made the playoffs since 2013. So I was a senior in college the last time the Knicks made the playoffs. So that's been a long time. And basically since then, we've been pretty much awful. I mean, we had Porzingis and we had a little bit of success with him, but, that didn't really work out, obviously. And now he's on Dallas. But 2020 was such a shit year, and a lot of people were hoping for a more optimistic year for 2021, and at least it seems like that with the New York Knicks. We're still fifth in the Atlantic Division, but we have a 15-16 record, almost 500, and we have a nice young core, and it's a promising future. So a lot of these games now that a lot of people I think would have probably tuned out at this point because we were always so awful. Now these games actually mean something, which is really exciting. There's a chance for us to actually get into the playoffs the way everything is structured right now. I think if the season ended right now, we'd actually get in as the 8th seed. So that's, it's cool. It's just exciting to actually have some kind of, competitive basketball. But yeah, so yesterday, the Knicks played the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves are, I think, the worst team in basketball. I think they only have 7 wins. And the Knicks had a 21-point lead and kind of pretty much blew that whole lead. And the Timberwolves looked like they were going to win that game. It came down to one shot by Anthony Towns in the fourth quarter that I believe would have tied it, and it went in and out. And then I think that kind of sealed the deal for us. But, a little bit of a sloppy play there. But, I give credit to the Knicks for, hanging in there and not giving up that, blowing that game entirely. I feel like the old team would probably have done that. But, this young team is really gelling. And I think Thibodeau is the coach that's kind of helping, everything kind of click and gel. Julius Randle, obviously coming over from the Lakers, he had some success over there, but he really has stepped into a big role for us and the team. Yesterday, he recorded his 19th double-double, and a few games back against the Atlanta Hawks, he got a triple-double for us and dropped almost over 40 points, I should say. So, he's really, really stepped up. I mean, I kind of consider him all-star caliber, all-star caliber talent. We'll see if it happens, though. But, Randall, a lot of credit. He really is also stepped up in regards to the Robinson injury, which was, that was a pretty big blow to the Knicks. Robinson's a pretty good player. So I feel like, Randall's responsibilities kind of increased with Robinson sitting out, but he's handled the pressure really well. And just the New York crowd and, scrutiny overall, he's really handled it well. And I think a lot of the young players are really handling it as well. RJ Barrett, I think he still needs some work, but, I really consider him the number 2 guy on this team right now. I think he's, he makes some, ill-advised shots and some air balls from time to time. But, just the fact that this team is trending in the right direction, I, at least myself, am letting some of these things kind of slide because I feel like I really like what, general management and everything is doing with kind of cultivating this team from the ground up with young talent. I mean, the Warriors did that before Kevin Durant, and, look at them. I mean, if Klay Thompson didn't get hurt, they would probably be right up there in the mix of things in the West. So anyway, yeah, and when it comes to our first round draft pick, Obi Toppin, I mean, I think the verdict is still out on him. I know he didn't really play much in the beginning of the season, so we'll see how he pans out. And I got to give credit to the Derrick Rose trade. I wasn't too thrilled about that, to be honest. I thought we were kind of doing some throwback to the 2012 Chicago Bulls or whatever. But, it seems like the veteran presence has really helped. And, Derrick Rose obviously being very familiar with Thibodeau from Chicago and Minnesota. He understands how Tibbs rolls. He knows how he operates. So, he can kind of be the person on the floor, kind of calling the shots on how Tibbs wants things. So, it's exciting stuff. It's good to see the Knicks being good, these games actually meaning something at this point in the season, because usually we're already completely out of things. So, next up is Golden State. As I mentioned earlier, Klay Thompson is out because of the offseason injury. So, this team is still pretty solid, the Warriors. So it's going to be a good game. I'm hoping that we play competitively. I don't know if we'll pull it out because, Steph is Steph. He can go off at any given time, but we'll see. So, yeah, we just wanted to provide a New York Knicks midseason recap for you guys. We plan on covering the Knicks more now, with football being gone and now the hockey and basketball seasons kind of being in full swing. So, Derek and I will probably hop on together, hopefully once a week. Still have to figure that out, but we'll be covering Knicks basketball as well. So, just make sure to tune in to get some news covering them and the rest of the New York teams in the New York market. And as always, just make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to build this show. And, we feel like we're trending in the right direction. So all your support, thank you guys so much for supporting the show. And, we really love doing this. So we're going to keep on doing it. And hopefully you guys hang along for the ride. And we'll talk soon. Take care, everyone.